And just within the last hour, I can tell you it de-escalated a little bit. That happened for a couple of reasons. We were surrounded by police and immigrant affairs workers and workers who work with the homeless on a regular basis, but the asylum seekers who camped out here kind of abided by what the city wanted them to do to make a little more space. You can see the tenting itself has been taken down, pushed against the back of the scaffolding, and I just found out from a city council member, Gail Brewer, who used to be the Manhattan Borough president, that the city will allow these migrants to stay here until some of their concerns can be addressed, so at least more 24 hours allowed on the sidewalk. This is a really tense situation after these single adult men were kicked out of this hotel, and they say the situation in Red Hook is just not acceptable. After tense negotiations, city workers finally convinced migrants outside the Watson Hotel to at least dismantle part of their tent encampment to make a path on the sidewalk. Advocates who brought food and clothing say the standoff started Sunday night, when the city began busing adult male asylum seekers staying at the Watson to a new emergency relief center at the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal in Red Hook. We obtained video from inside showing rows and rows of cots placed head to toe with little space and no privacy.
Anyone who's arrived there seems to have immediately decided to turn around and come back and are warning their friends and comrades to not go there.
Still Monday, the city continued with its plan to remove single men from the Watson to make room for arriving migrant families to be housed here. Some opted to get on MTA buses bound for Red Hook, but many, like this gentleman, stormed past the barricades.
They dragged you out?
He told us how he was removed from the room he's had for several weeks since being bussed up from the border. He says he'd rather take his chances out on the streets than be forced into some place he's been told is cold, isolated, and has little room to move around.
We are calling them detention centers because they are very inhumane and remote from everything.
Local elected officials also compared the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal facility to detention centers along the border and are calling for Mayor Eric Adams to be more transparent about what's happening there. A spokesman for the mayor took to Twitter to blast those comparisons to detention centers, and a few tweets also referencing concentration camps. Earlier in the day, he defended the Red Hook facility as a safe and humane way for the city to meet the challenge of helping 42,000 migrants who've come here. Reverend Chloe Breyer with the Interfaith Center of New York has been helping support migrants as they arrive. She says at the core of this problem is New York City is just running out of places to put people, having already contracted 77 hotels.
We just need some more hotels, and I think in the city of 8 billion, we can come up with a few more hotels.
So to reiterate the bit of breaking news I just got from Councilmember Gail Brewer, used to represent all of Manhattan when she was borough president, these migrants will be allowed to stay here on the street at least for about 24 more hours until the city is able to address and try to alleviate some of their concerns with the Red Hook location. That being said, the city says the ultimate solution here is the Fed stepping in. They've been saying that a lot over the last few weeks, paying for all of this and helping disperse asylum seekers more evenly across the country.